Okay, right, we're gonna get this up and running. Sound level should be okay because I did a practice stream earlier before it crashed. Okay. Just gonna make sure OBS is working. OBS is working fine. Should be working okay. Alright, so we're going to get into this. Going to be doing Formula Renault 2.0, around Spa, starting from a low downforce set. Right, we're going to get it. Oh, okay, wrong one. Here we go, low downforce. We're going to be changing some basic things with it, hopefully gaining a decent amount of time. Right, okay, so this is the baseline set.
Should be with you now, Cam.
Hello, yeah, I see. Just going to get started.
All right.
Yeah, OBS
Cool.
crashed, so that was a bit of pain.
Alright,
Alright, we're good to go now.
alright, guys, good luck.
Yeah, cheers.
Yo, do you
Right.
have a link?
Yeah, 2 secs, right. I'll get the link for you.
User left your channel.
Okay, I can't see the chat, but Martin's here with me who can see the chat. Gonna get into this. So, low downforce set. That's just what it is basic. We're going to chuck in Q full, 7.5 laps, and change the gear ratio straight away because otherwise the gear ratio is too long. We're just going to be changing some key things like the aero and the pressures, and also we're going to probably change the cambers. It's just going to be some basic things to find you some time. I'm not sure how much we're going to delve into this because this is going to be a community set, but we're going to see what it will be like. I've done a lap already with the low downforce set. It's a 218.972 time to find, of course, because that was literally just a lap before OBS decided to crash on me. Any questions, Martin should be in the stream to just read them out to me, and we'll see how this goes. Again, this is basically the first Q&A sort of stream I've done, so I'm going to be rusty and probably muck up a few things, but hopefully you see sort of the process I go through and what it's like to build a setup in the Formula Renault. Obviously the car's new and everything like that. Martin, is the sound levels okay, by the way?
Yeah, that's good.
Alright, cool. Yeah, if anyone asks any questions, just read them out to me or whatever if you can.
Yeah, Nurbal's asking if you could. One second.
Alright.
He's asking if you can move that wheel pedal widget into the screen.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Your inputs.
Sure, I'll just stop and do that here. Control Shift K. Oh, Shift K. What is it? Control K. What is it? Do you know what it is to move the widgets? I haven't done it for ages.
Control G or something.
Control G.
Alt K.
Okay. Ah, there you go. Got it. Thank you. Okay, so I think they should be able to see that now.
Okay.
I got it.
Late to the game, but okay. I'm in the know.
I haven't done it for ages. Keep moving it around.
There it is.
I won't fight it.
User left your channel.
Okay. We'll try and get a non-off track lap, but again, this is just the baseline with 7.5 litres of fuel and the gearbox change to what you want to be using here, which is the shorter 24x24 gearbox. With the default low downforce, I think, well, we'll see what I'll be able to do. I'll do 2 flying laps and hopefully not mess up a lap, and then we'll make some changes to the setup and see what we're able to do. I don't think I'll touch the dampers, but I can explain if people want to hear what the damping or what. Whoops.
Like that.
Alrighty. Can't remember what I was saying, but anyways, we'll see what it's like. And I'll remember. I'll explain what some damper stuff does. If people want to hear about that, if they ask. But we'll see how this goes. Slightly overshot the start of Lecom, just losing his time. 3 times 7. Rivage again, overshot slightly. You can run out a bit wider on P1. You do risk getting a 1x, but most of the time I run wider than that. This setup's not exactly the best in the world, let's just say. Nor was that corner. Second lap's bound to be quicker, so see what we manage. I'm not. I'm not sure how long this stream is going to have to be. I think I'll go until about quarter to 11 my
Still
time.
able to do an 18.
Pardon? What did you say, Martin?
No, just replying on what you were saying in the stream.
Oh, okay. That was it's a shabby lap, but we'll go for one more and see what we can do in the second lap.
Cam,
Yeah, mate.
what weather is this?
This is just default afternoon.
Default afternoon.
Yeah, just default weather, 20% track state, and normal afternoon lighting. If you've got like a setup made and everything on quali, you want to be in the 17s. On default, my PB is 217.9. I haven't touched it for a couple of days though. You really want to try to get to the curb on the inside, it helps drag the car around. There's quite a lot of understeer in there because the wind is coming from the north. If you go to south wind, you'll notice that it's a lot nicer coming through there. There you go. Being a bit conservative through P1, but still up on the exit because we've got a nice drive mid corner, getting on the throttle nice and early. Keeping it forefront there, tucking in on the apex, and again.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel.
Stabilo, that was not a very good line. Didn't manage to get on the curb nicely, but still hopefully going to be a decent lap. Is there anything being said in chat that needs to be like responded to?
No, nothing yet.
Okay, that bus stop was a little bit better. Right, this lap's going to be a 2:18.6, I should think. Yeah, 6:80. Okay, we're going to go make some changes to the setup. Okay, right. Let's see what we can do. I will be back in literally 1 minute. Just got to do something quickly. 1 minute time. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. What's the time? Right, we good to go. Mic is on. Yep. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is
about to get some coffee.
All right, mate. Wait, who's getting coffee?
You?
All right, no, I don't drink coffee. Not even coffee or tea. All right. First thing we're going to do is the pressures. I found the pressures for me around Spa. The sweet spot is about the hot pressure being about 160 kPa. Again, I don't use Motec or telemetry as Alex does with the car. I just use it for pressures, but for this car, I haven't even used it as pressures. So yeah, 138 kPa for the pressures. I'm going to put a click up on the front wing because that will help get a bit of turn in into LACOM and also rivage. Because with that, well, it's a bit understeery because the way the wind's coming. If the wind's coming from a different direction, then it won't be so understeery. As you'll probably realise that you probably need to take that clicker wing out when you go to the. We're gonna do one more change straight away, and that will be just the spring rate because it gives us more mechanical grip. Well, that's easy to see because you can just read that down the bottom. Mechanical grip is better with softer spring, so we're gonna go down to 140 and then readjust the ride heights up to 17, which is quite high, but it does the job. Anyways, let's go out on track and see what that's going to be like. Again, this is, these setups will be interesting come the end. I'm not sure how quick it will be in comparison to the fully developed setups we have.
I'm curious.
I mean, it's just a stream to get some people with the basics so they understand what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Again, don't expect this setup to be race winning pace. It's literally.
After this, you might want to change the anti-roll bar in the rear, put it more stiffer for more rotation.
Yeah. I'm just doing the front end of the car first, I think.
Yeah.
Just do it nice and quickly, again, because we don't have all the time in the world. I think I have to finish by like 11:15. Parents in bed, or mum's in bed. Anyway, back to the stream. So if I'm talking quiet, it's because someone's in bed in the next room. I can't really do much about that. Alright, I've got a feeling that yes, although we have up the front wing, it's really good through pivot. Down the front straight, down the straights, I'm expecting we are going to lose a couple of hundredths probably. That was quite a lot of curb on the inside there. But yeah, we're going to do the front end of the car, not in too much detail to start with, but we're going to do it so you can see what we're doing and what bits do which with the setup. Like I say, it's not going to be a fully fledged race winning setup. It's going to be a nice stable baseline which will get you in the right foot of what sort of direction to go in. Again, this is just a direction I go in with the setup thus far. I'm not really sure the general direction for every single track for this car, obviously, because the only other track I've touched is Zandvoort because I've got WCS next week, so I can't really do much for the week after, but that's the only other car I've touched, and it's really a similar direction to this. Oh, bollocks. Okay, shifting down into first to the source does have a risk of not wanting to shift up into second straight away if you miss time for gear shift, then. But let's see what we manage on the outlap, see if this is going to be quicker. So bear in mind I did a 18.680 with the just low downforce default setup. That was probably the best I could get out of it. Maybe I could do a 218.5, but maybe that'd be also a bit far-fetched. Oh god. Alright, we've messed up the com, so this lap's already going to be dreadful because of that. But we're going to carry on, hopefully hit a couple of purples and see what we can do. I might have to take the front wing back out because it's not exactly the most beneficial. So that was still gonna. No, we're not gonna go green. I don't think. Maybe we will. Just no. We're not gonna go hit purple or green or whatever we call it. I really hate the bus stop not being the last corner on this track, but anyway, that lap was flunked. It was diabolical. Do not even look at that lap. That's a face palmer. So around the source gained 800s, I think. So we gained a good amount of time there. Let's see what we can do on the actual lap now. I think more so in this little stream, I'm going to probably do more explaining than I will actually making changes to the setup due to not having much time. That was terrible because I missed overshot the braking, missed the apex on the inside, and had to go down into third gear, which is something you desperately do not want to do. You'll notice I missed a shift then. That's because someone come in my room. You'll also notice that I'm not actually much quicker than what I was on the baseline, which is annoying because I keep flipping missing shifts.
User joined your channel.
Hello?
Hey,
Yo.
He's able to talk?
yeah.
Good stuff. What he's up to?
The camera's doing a live stream
Yeah, live stream.
on Twitch.
Right,
Right, okay.
we're going to start that again. We're going to make another change. We're going to make the front wing back down to 20.
Got a link?
Yep.
Okay, front wing's going to go back down to 20 and we're going to sort out the cambers, making them more
Oh yeah.
more negative.
Everything what we were
We're
saying.
going to move the front
here
wing
is
down to move the ride heights down to 16 as well.
over there as well. But I'm just asking the questions.
Yeah, they're watching me
to
fail
kind
at
of put in.
my most recent lap I did. I just totally ballsed that up. Okay, so we've changed the cambers to be more negative because that helps on the turn as
cool.
well. It makes you slightly slower on the straight, but that's why we've also moved the front wing back down because
User
more
disconnected
negative
from your
camber.
channel.
it's slower. But you know, we'll see how this one goes. Also, toe ends. I'm not really sure what the toe ends do. I know in quali you can have them on -1 because that does heat up the tires a bit more. So in the race you generally put them to 0. But let's see what this does and see what it's like. Right. This is basically what I think what we'll do for the front of the car. What's the time? Alright, 32 past 10, so I've just gone half 10. See what we can do in the remaining time I got. But yeah, so we've gone back to 20 front wing, which means we're still speeding on the straight, and the cambers will also help in the infield. And then after this, I shall explain a bit on the bump stiffness and rebound stuff, which I'll just keep default for now. Tell you what, that lap on low downforce, like the default low downforce, that was actually quite a good lap. Which is actually annoying because now I've got a job to beat that, just a basically changed setup. You feel the wing through there. Nice bit of understeer. Tell you what, our aim is to go from, I don't know. Well, we did an 18.6, so we're going to at least try to aim down to an 18.3 optimal. 18.2 optimal would be good with only a couple of clicks here and there on things in the setup. If I could spend an hour doing the stream, I would, and we'd easily be able to do that, but that of course requires explaining. Damn it, off track. We'll just take the off track so long as they're not big off tracks, you know. See, there you go. There's a 10th and a half almost. And of course, yes, that's an off track, but it was only a minor off track. But that's probably helps because the cambers. I'm gonna say. I mean, it wasn't exactly the neatest lines in the world, but wasn't terrible either. As for why we were slower in the straight, first lap's always going to be slower than your second, third lap in the straight line. Every single time. Didn't get an off track there, luckily. Fuck! Excuse my language. I missed the shift again. Damn it. God damn it. Don't tell me you just saw where I missed a shift.
Just saw that, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, it was such a good line through Pawn. But now the lap's probably going to be worse. I lost over a 10th in that sector alone. Oh man.
Saw that, yeah.
I've never missed, in the practice sessions we were in earlier today, I did not miss any shifts. I've missed 2 or 3 already. Nice and smooth right there. I almost missed a shift again. What am I doing? Wow. Alright, well it might be a quicker lap, I'm not entirely sure because of those missed shifts. We will see, is it quicker? 7:03 and it's slower, but we'll see what we shall do this one. Put it this way, the setup is quicker, the driver is, well, the driver's just stupid. Anyway, we'll go back into pits after this and explain some stuff. Sorry if it's a bit rigid tonight. Nice curve on the inside, drags us round. There you go, see? Half a second, half a tenth. Well, hey, we didn't miss a shift. Right, if we miss a shift here this time, I'm going to be very annoyed. No, we got it. Perfect. Got on the power really nice and early there. Now to not screw up the bus stop was it's going to be a good task. Alright, so we found 3 temps from the low downforce setup just with 2 tweaks. 2 free tweaks, which is just the cambers and the something else, which my mind has just gone blank. There we go. Worst part of the track is done. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I missed the apex again. Right, anyways, this setup is a good 3 times quicker already. That was only a 0.5, so obviously the driver just can't basically put the setup into practice of what it would be capable of had I done a good lap. So again, just missed the braking point and went straight on. So the changes we've done so far, kept the wing the same is actually what it is default. Pressures have gone up, hot pressures are basically the same around. Actually changed the spring rate down because that gives us better mechanical grip, but is actually a little bit slower on the straight, which basically explains why we've been a little bit slower, as well as the cambers, which are now more negative. For the rear, we're going to change the ARB. We're going to move that up 1 because that will give us more rotation. And also, on top of the ARB, we're going to change the diff preload on the rear, and that will be able to give us also more turning, which we're going to move it down quite adversely because I would need a nice bit more turning on the rear because that's going to enable us to be quicker. Change the ARB preload so it's close to 0 again. Hopefully be able to keep up with that, and also toe-ins on the rear from +1 to 0 and see what that's going to be like. Right, we will see what that's going to be like. Hopefully all these quick changes and my explaining aren't too bad.
Sorry?
I said hopefully the quick explaining I'm doing isn't too terrible.
No, it isn't.
I mean,
All loud and clearly.
yeah. Again,
I've got to go to bed now, mate.
That's alright, mate, don't worry. Cheers for just being there anyways for what you could.
Yeah. See you.
I'll see you tomorrow probably.
See you around tomorrow. Yeah, cool. Good night.
See you later.
Yo.
User disconnected from
Luckily there hasn't been any questions coming in the stream, so that's alright. Again, we've covered the front of the car as quick as I could tonight before I have to go. And likewise, we're going to be covering the rear now. So what am I feeling in the rear? I'm feeling a lot more rotation due to the diff preload going down, and also the rear ARB changing to stiff. And again, I'm able to get on the throttle a little bit earlier because of it. I haven't touched the cambers on the rear, but I don't think I'm going to do that this evening in this evening's stream. There you go. Look how early I'm able to pick up the power through there. Yes, I'm losing a little bit of time through mid-corner, but on the exit I'm gaining it all back. Just because of that. More rotation at the rear. Purely because of that. Also helps counteract the understeer. That's almost a 10th gained. So ultimate's down into the 2s. That's almost half a second. I can't even remember what we did for a normal set compared to literally just a basic low downforce compared to this. But what's the time?
user joined your channel.
Hello.
Cam, just had a question from the live stream.
Okay.
How does changing the tow help?
Okay. I will explain that. Thank you. Okay, so changing the rear toe, I think on default it's +1 or +2. Having it on +2 and +1 is slower, effectively, but it's more. So yeah, having it on +1 and +2 is slower because you're further from the edge of grip. Having it on 0 means you're on sort of effectively on the edge of grip. That's power basic from the F1 car. 0 means you can probably extract the most, but it's more unstable at the rear. Having it on +1 and +2 I think is slower in the straight as well, but it's also a lot more stable, so you're probably able to push a bit harder coming out the corners. As for how it's like in the corners, I can't exactly say. I haven't done enough testing with the rear toes to know full ins and out of it. Overshot that slightly. Recouped it for the second part. Again, I might be wrong with what I'm saying with the toes, that's just how I understood it. Or that's how my basis of it has been in the F1 car and this and other cars. I tend to run the toes usually on +1 or 0, generally 0. Anyway, I hope that explains the question. Yeah, and if you're struggling with the rear, probably put it to +1, I suppose. Okay, so that change to the rear of the car has definitely helped it around the slower speed corners like Fagné and also Stavelot, which you could class as sort of a slow speed corner. It is third gear. We'll see how we do coming up to the bus stop, but yeah, this setup was definitely a bit quicker. So for example, if you have +1 toes coming into the bus stop or coming out the bus stop for the second part, I'm definitely sure that you'd be a lot more stable. There you go, there's a 10th game. This should be a 0.2 mid, which means at least half a second gain probably from default setup. There we go, and that was the first lap of the run, so second lap's bound to be quicker. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be second lap. Who knows if it's going to be quicker? Hopefully it will be. Just those little changes to the rear, making the AOB stiff and the diff preload down, which means more oversteer to the rear, which I really like. Yeah, better car. And hitting the apex into Lacombe also gains a lot of time, as you can see. Not quite sure what happened there, but worked out either way. I think this is going to be it for after this lap. This will be the finished setup for the community stream, and I mean, I would have. Delved more into it, as I say, but I've got to go shortly, so yeah, that's why I haven't been able to stick around for as long. Anyway, that's how you can gain over half a second with just a few minor changes to the car, which I hope helps people see. I will share this on the forum, of course. Hopefully it's useful. Bit of oversteer, so lost about 10. Might be an optimal, might not be an best lap even. Okay, so this lap, I don't think it will be quicker. Nope, it's not quicker, but that always accounts to that 10th and a half lost in the final sector. So, I will save that, and I will save that and upload that to the forum, I should think, so you can have a look at that second lap and why it was bad. I'll save it as that. I'm going to have a look at the stream chat now and have a look if there's anything said in there. Okay, so as you can see, those are the okay, now I need to get back in the thingy. Right, we're going to go back into sim. Guys, I think that's basically going to have to do me. As you can see, we started with a 19.1 down to 18.6, which is literally the maximum I could get out at that low downforce set. I think that was just a good lap. But we've gone to this. Okay. See okay. Community set. Spa. So this set with more laps, I'm pretty certain I could have got this isn't trying to sound big-headed whatsoever. This is just trying to be like, this set's not bad at all. I mean, that last lap I'd done would have been, it would have been a 0.1 had I not messed up that final sector. But so yeah, as you see, we start with a 0.680 and 0.680 optimal because I nailed both those laps, and then we're down to an 18.0. So that's 6 temps gain just from changing the pressures up to 138. I prefer higher pressures. Some people may not. Sometimes other tracks you may like, possibly Zandvoort. We'll have to see that. I need to do testing there for the stream next Sunday, but we will see. Just changing the pressures to 160, hot pressures to 160 all round seem to work here. Wing flap 20 and forward, which is basically the default. So for me, that was perfect once I got the turn in I needed. Spring rate, I moved that down because mechanical grip better with softer through the middle section of the lap. That's what I really look for. You can move it down one click more, but I didn't need to. Did not touch bump stiffness, did not touch rebound stiffness. Haven't played around too much with rebound stiffness, but I think bump stiffness again, if you add like more negative, I think that means it's going to be a bit more understeery, as it says, a bit more understeery under brake and turning. So you can play around with that and see what it's like. Change the ride heights to 16 from 17.5 and move the cambers down from 1.4 to 1.8. On the rear, we didn't change anything to do with the springs and anything. We literally just went into the rear sort of ALBs and heave and just changed the gearing. So we moved that down from 61 to 34, which made the rear looser, but it was also nicer through the corners because if the rear followed you round, went exactly where you wanted to go. So again, the diff ramp angles, I haven't looked at it enough, but it says more locking force equals more understeer. So I think we've gone for the one which gives you more off throttle turning, which means more oversteer again. I'd like a more oversteery rear. So if you want more oversteer, I'd go with that 65 coast and 70 drive. Either way, I hope this setup session has helped you. I will next week try to make it longer than half an hour, but just in that half an hour, 25 minutes, 20 minutes track time, or let's say half an hour track time basically. Yeah, it was half an hour track time. We've improved the default setup by 6 temps by doing about 5 changes. So yeah, hopefully you guys have learned something from this, and check Apex's free area member for this setups. We're going to be doing it each week for the McLaren and stuff. So yeah, hopefully this has helped, and I will see you guys hopefully next week. Yeah, hopefully I won't be as rigid next time when we do it, but thank you. Thanks for checking out, guys, and don't forget also to follow iRacing. It will be also helpful. Follow my Twitch channel as well, you know. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next week.